this hot take, I think, I don't know. I guess it's only the playoff time when you start to really see players, step up their game, and players that can find that extra gear or that extra level and obviously take their game to and their teams obviously the places where you don't really expect them to go. They really stand out. And I'm gonna say here, Jimmy Butler is the biggest troll in the NBA right now. And it started at media day when obviously he wore his dreadlocks. I don't know, you know the story, right? He wore his dreadlocks to media day, and then they got obviously all the media stuff done, and then he didn't wear them for the rest of the season, yeah. And it now has come to the playoffs where the dude can actually shoot threes. The dude can actually shoot threes. And I love this. I love this. Obviously, I brought his stats up to sort of really support what I'm trying to put on the table here. That this guy really averages about two threes a game throughout the regular season. Okay, in fact, this year he only averaged 1.6 threes in a game. That's less than two threes in a game. And he shot it at a 35% clip, but obviously no one would have scouted him. This guy's going to drain four threes in a game or anything like that. All right, he doesn't even shoot four threes in a game. Okay, in today's sort of space and pace and shoot the three sort of era. And he comes into this matchup against the Bucks here, and he shoots four threes in game two, four in game three, then he shoots 8 and 10 okay, in games 4 and 5, which obviously closes out the Bucks here, and obviously he makes how many is that? That's 12 threes in those last four games, and I love it. I love it. And Jimmy Butler here, I think he's a huge, huge underrated player in the NBA, and I don't know. I don't know about you, man, what you want to sort of add here, but I think it's definitely an asset here for the Heat and the sort of player he is, and I don't know. We should get more of these sort of players, right? Imagine you got saw more players out there that, I can't do that. And then suddenly I can.
I don't know if it's necessarily that he can't do it. I really do feel like he's the definition of the switch flipping that we hear so often, right? We create this narrative that the team will flip the switch in the playoffs, but he does it by design. It isn't I'm just kind of coasting and I'm being cool about it and don't worry, I'll be good when it matters. He's almost transparent about that, where it's like, okay, yeah, now it's playoffs. I'm going to play ball now. Like I was kind of just running up and down, getting some cardio. I chucked a couple of shots up. Now we hit a win, and it's a complete attitude shift, but it's by design. And when you say he's a troll, I think it really threads into something. You've actually generated a topic for me. I won't hog this video. I'll save it, but you've given me a topic when I didn't have one. So um, Jimmy Butler is the inspiration for that. I think it would be great if more players had that consistent breakout. I think Jimmy Butler, if this was the first year that he's done that, we could be like, oh, this is a breakout year. Kind of like DeMar DeRozan, right? Where he had that breakout year and he's doing some stuff and in leading into the postseason. But Jimmy Butler's done this multiple times now. He got the T Wolves to their first series since Kevin Garnett, irrelevant of that result. Um, he kind of kept the Bulls semi-relevant, when D Rose had the injury. And obviously he's come to Miami and really given them a very interesting era, right? So obviously Miami had a very quick lull from the post LeBron Heatles, and then Jimmy Butler comes along and they're right back in contention. And at this point, if they make let's say that they make the conference finals again, they've made the conference finals for three times out of 4 years, if I'm getting this right. And if somehow he gets all the way through Boston, because now if they meet in the Eastern Conference Finals, Boston Miami is a lot more interesting again. Um, he's created something here, and I think it's a shame that we don't have someone else on the team to perhaps give him the championship he probably deserves. Right? He's going to be a very interesting player. Like, I'm sorry, I'm diverting here, but let's say he never wins a championship. He's going to be one of the most fascinating players to say where do they rank among the best players not to win a championship, because his regular season stats are not going to hold up against Karl Malone or Charles Barkley or anyone like that. But the playoff performances, he's tied for one of the most playoff points. He's consistently proven that he is a winner when it comes to playoff time. How do you rank him in that scheme of things?
I think, yeah, look, that's a story to maybe be touched upon, once he does retire down the track. He could probably, I don't know. I guess it's the intangibles, isn't it? It's the things that players bring to a table for a team that makes that team so successful. Another one that probably quickly jumps to the mind is Draymond. Yeah, and we've talked about Draymond before, and his stats don't jump out of the table. The last game he played, he scored 21 points, and then there was some stat that he hasn't scored 20 points in like 4 years or something. Yeah, and that's the sort of thing. But if you look at his plus minus and his impact on the game, especially in the defensive end for the Warriors, it's huge. And it's the same with Butler. Butler just comes out there and gets the job done wherever he's been. It's almost so ridiculous to think about it in hindsight after this, few years he's had now at Miami and the success he's had at Miami, that the Sixers let him walk. The T-Wolves sort of just gave him away. And yeah, sure, he didn't really mesh with the organization maybe and the teammates to an extent, but I guess that's probably why Miami are a winning organization and these other two have yet to have that much postseason success.
Well, I think you're referencing maybe an indictment on the Timberwolves and something completely different. I think, Jimmy is definitely a victim or beneficiary of the right place or the right fit for him. But you could also make the case that he's kind of dictated that right fit for himself. He's one of the few player empowerment movement people who's done it to put himself in a position to win, not win with a super team, but just win with a culture. And it will be interesting to see how much more of this legacy building run can occur, considering that he's already done so much in just 5 games.
This is Two Guys with Spare Time. I'm Faz, this is Nick. You're probably a basketball fan like us, so hopefully you can throw us an assist and giving our video a like and subscribing to our channel.
And if you got thoughts, feelings, or even some suggestions, please put them down in the comment section below. And thank you for using your spare time to watch us in our spare time.